Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Samp&Chance Boxing. I'm your host, Bobby Sampson, joined as always with my man with the master plan in the Everlast shirt, Mr. Chance Michaels, the befitting shirt for a crazy card of boxing this weekend, man. How
Yeah,
you doing, bud?
doing pretty good yourself.
Can't complain, man. Here we are, man. July. It's picking up fast and furious, man. This is the first super, I'm not calling it a super weekend, but like a lot of good fights happening this weekend.
Well, yeah.
Starting with Friday, man, we got the girls, the whole girl card, the all girl card happening here this Friday. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, part three. Wow. Finally here on Netflix, MSG.
Free card.
A free card too. But could you think of a bigger
Well,
stage?
they're not going to put it on pay per view because they look at the analytics and it won't sell as many pay per views as they think it would. So they're putting it on for free, so get eyeballs on it, get the casual fan on there, and generate some more momentum going forward, which is great.
No, it's great. I mean,
All put together by the newest up and coming promoter, man. It's Jake Paul. He's had the biggest fight of all time technically with Mike Tyson. Most people watch that fight than any other fight ever because it was free. And then
yeah.
now he's doing these things. So the guy is unstoppable, man.
Well, hey,
Love him or
man.
hate him, he's making big waves.
No, he is. And this fight itself is making big waves. I mean,
Mhm.
Serrano Taylor three. I mean, I still feel the first fight. This is the rubber match. I mean, yeah, it's 2-0 for Katie, but
Mhm.
because normally this would never have happened if someone was up 2-0, right?
Yeah, well, you know what's funny is I hear a lot of people, and I won't mention their names on some big podcast. They're sitting there saying they said it yesterday. Said I was listening to it. They don't want to see Usyk Fury 3. So I wrote in the live chat, what you want to see Serrano Taylor 3. What's the difference? You could they both lost twice. We want to see it three times because it's that much hype for it. Now Serrano should have won one. The headbutt she got the headbutt got cut. She said it was intentional. Taylor said no, that's my inside fighting style. And the last fight, Serrano landed over 100 punches too, and Katie Taylor got deducted a point for all those headbutts. So I thought Serrano should have had, yeah, like you said, 1-1, but the judges see it differently. I don't see it changing this time either. I think Taylor's going to edge it out at the end, but we'll see what happens.
Well,
A
I
lot of
mean,
bad blood, though.
I honestly, I'll say the first fight. Okay, I'm okay with Katie winning completely. Second fight, it's very arguable that Serrano won the second fight. I think this is why the third fight is kind of inedible because in both
Hmm.
instances, even though Katie won, it was never clear cut. You know what I mean? There's always an argument that Serrano, could have won. I thought
Yeah.
that maybe for the second fight, not the first fight, but this fight, kind of makes sense, which is why the Dubois or the Usyk uh Fury fight doesn't make sense. It's because a lot of people believe that he got it handed to him both fights,
Hmm.
especially the second one. Like, he didn't look good. So that's why people don't want to see it. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? But I get it. I mean, it's the money, but it this one is a bit of a justified. But who do you got on this one then, man? I mean, really, at the end of the day, nothing is changing their
Well,
styles. I
one thing I don't
mean,
hear people talking about, they're old women now, 38 and 36. These aren't spring chickens fighting anymore. So are they going to slow down for the third fight? What are they lost in the first two fights? Katie Taylor's 38 years old. That's an old fighter. And Serrano's 36. So those are ages that Pacquiao and Mayweather fought. And everybody's saying they're too old to fight. They're past their prime. But we're not saying it about these girls, which I don't know why. But I still think Taylor's going to edge out a close. These are 10 2-minute rounds, right?
well, here, I'll tell you what, man.
So
Katie Taylor is
I favor Taylor.
39. Katie Taylor,
She
Katie
just turned
Taylor
39.
is 39. Serrano's coming in at 36. Katie Taylor coming into this fight with 24 victories, one loss.
Mm-hmm.
Where Serrano, man, she's been busy. If you look at both these girls, Serrano's been the busier of the two with a 47 and 3-1 record. If
Mm-hmm.
you and they're both coming off of four victories off of their last five fights,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um,
But
but
eventually, they're going to start slowing down here. This might be the fight
no,
where we see
hey,
that.
hey, Serrano probably has been busier in terms of fights. Like she's averaging about two fights a year to Katie's one every 7-8 months,
Hmm.
right? So it's almost like the fresher of the two would be the older one. It seems.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll see. This is a quick fight, right? It's a 20-minute fight, 10
yeah,
two-minute rounds.
yeah.
So,
Serrano,
gonna be a lot of action.
I really don't know how to break it down for you, brother. Man, I mean, we already know what both these girls are capable of. Serrano's complaining about the headbutts. You saw her come out in one of the press conferences with the
Hmm.
headgear on. So the mind games are there, sort of a deal. Katie seems to be frustrated by that a little bit. Now the question remains: will Katie, you know, does Serrano have enough in her to push this to that limit? This
Well,
is where I'm at.
those tactics by Serrano is not gonna it's not gonna make Katie change up her game plan. She's beat her
No,
twice inside fighting. Does
yeah,
she pump her head on purpose? Probably a little bit. So that's a bit of both. Yeah, it's her inside style, and she does definitely lean forward with her head. She got deducted a point for it, so she's gonna headbutt you again. Take the point away from her. But I still see Taylor edging out a split decision here. It's going to be really close, but I don't see Taylor losing it. And I hope Taylor wins again because I don't want to see a fourth fight. I think after three is good, unless it's an epic battle again. But I'm going to give it to Taylor, man. I think she's going to edge it out. Now, if it's really, really close, I see the judges favoring Serrano because just they don't want to say we robbed her three times. You know what I mean? So if it's a close, close fight, they'll
yeah.
give it to Serrano. But I think Taylor's going to edge it. I'm going with Katie Taylor.
Well, it should be
I don't
fun,
care
man.
who wins. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't have a dog in this fight, but I'm going to say Taylor.
Yeah, I think Taylor. I think Taylor wants to prove once and for all that she did win the first two fights, right?
Mm-hmm.
Headbutt aside and everything. But you know what? I think I'm gonna go on the other side. I just have a feeling that Serrano's just gonna come out really, really hard. I think she's gonna try to take this in the first few rounds, try to kind of really do as much as she possibly can. I still say it's gonna go full decision again,
Oh yeah, I was gonna go with 10.
but I think Serrano's gonna put in that work early on and get those early rounds, man, and that's gonna determine it for her. So I'm gonna go split decision, Serrano.
No, I'm gonna go with Taylor. I think she finishes it, puts the exclamation point on it,
You
and
can't go
wins the
wrong.
full fight. We'll
You
see.
can't
It's
go
gonna be
wrong.
close.
No, also, oh, you can't go wrong, man. All right, also on this card, we got Alicia Baumgardner against Miranda here. This is an interesting fight as well. You got Baumgardner, undisputed champion, coming into this one. She is 15-1, 15-1 with the only loss on her record there. And then she's going up against a 12-0 Miranda here. Miranda, 38 years old. She's old.
So this is an easy win for Baumgartner.
It is.
Baumgartner wants to prove herself as one of the best women's fighters, and that she's going to do it. Miranda's only fought 12 fights. She's 38, so she's basically been a club fighter her whole life. At the local gyms and stuff like that. Had a little bit of amateur background, but Baumgartner is too experienced, too skilled. There's different levels to this game. This should be an easy, easy victory for Baumgartner. I see Baumgartner stopping her round 7, round 8 between
Well, it
those
comes
rounds.
down to power here. You look at the knockout power compared to 7% of Miranda's to 47% of that of
Baumgartner.
Baumgartner. Baumgartner definitely has the power advantage here. I don't know if this is going to be a walk in the park for her, but yeah, I mean, Baumgartner should be able to close this out. And she's eyeing very closely the winner of Serrano Taylor. She wants the winner of that.
That'd be a big fight. Big
So
fight.
that she's highly motivated for this one here, man.
This is
But
a,
dude,
this is a fight the promoter gave her, Paul, an easy win for her. So that way, like you just said, she can knock her out, look good, and then fight one of the. Well, if Serrano wins, if she's not going to be fighting Serrano or Taylor, she's going to have to wait because they're going to fight this again. But if Taylor wins, you'll see Taylor and Baumgartner. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, that should be a fun fight. Should be a very fun fight. Guy, there's a lot of good fights on this card here. We're not going to go through them all, but I will just read them out really quickly. We got Scotty Mercado coming up. We got Marshall against Green. We got Cameron versus Kamara. I mean, all these girls here, man, it's just crazy. And they're all from like Matchroom. He took them all from Matchroom.
Hmm.
And Frank Warren, man, Queensberry, he totally just ripped apart their stable,
Fighters like to jump ship, right? They
right?
like to get into the all women's promotion instead of sometimes fighting with the men and stuff. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, here's one that is probably going to open the show, but we have Johnson versus Metcalf. And the reason I want to talk about this one a little bit is because we've had Chicken Metcalf on the show.
mhm.
Really super cool lady. This is an interesting fight. 17, and this is for the this is like a unification fight, isn't it? At bantamweight?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, Esmeralda. Yeah, here we go. So these guys are gonna actually be coming out at 3 p.m. our time here locally. So 6 p.m. in the East, 3 p.m.
Mhm.
here. This is what they're walking out to. 30 years for Johnson. Metcalf is coming in at 40 years old. Metcalf's got the height advantage at five
Yep.
seven compared to that of the 5'5". Both orthodox right-handed fighters here. What do you got here, brother?
It's a tough call, right? Because I do like Metcalf. She's fun. She's spunky. She's been on the show, but she is 40 years old. I
Yeah.
mean, Father time catches everybody. I'm not saying it's catching her this time, but it's going to get her eventually. Um, it's a tough fight, man. I'm probably going to give it to Metcalf. It's going to be close. This is a big opportunity for her. You're on Jake Paul's card. You're opening up all women's card. So it's a good chance for you to show the world. Not really many people know who she is unless you're a hardcore boxing fan. You don't know who she is. This is your time to shine and let everybody know. The average Joe who's watching Netflix to wait for the Taylor fight might catch you. It's your chance to grab their eyes. So I think Metcalf's going to win a decision, but man, at 40 years old, anything can happen, you know? So I'm going to
Anything
go
can
with
happen. But
Metcalf.
you know what though? I think I'm gonna give it to Chicken here. I'm just following her energy and everything. I'm not saying
Mhm.
it'll be easy one, but I think my cop wins, man.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be a good fight.
I think
It's hard to say, but yeah, I'm going to edge the Metcalf, but I wouldn't be surprised if she lost either. She's 40 years old.
yeah, fair enough, fair enough. And did you
I
make
hate to
the
say that about
prediction
her
in
since I do like her,
did you
but
make the prediction? Well, you know what? Here's the deal,
I
man.
didn't know. I didn't write it down on X yet. No, I did the
No.
Serrano fight. I did the Miranda fight, Berlanga, all those ones, Zepeda. I didn't write this one up.
All right, so guys, if you want to check out some details here, some stats, things like that, make sure to go check us out on X.
Mhm.
Chance has got all the write-ups there every fight, every week. Thank you so much for doing that for the fans and for me.
Yeah.
So there we go. We got that. But dude, here we go. Let's
I'm
move
cheering
on
for
then.
Metcalf, though. I'm cheering for Metcalf. I hope she does it.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so what do you say? Decision, knockout, what?
No, I'm going to say she's going to win a decision, hard fought. She might. I think I see Metcalf slowing down in the later rounds though, because she's 40, and I could see her opponent, getting her a little bit. So if Metcalf can weather the storm and her cardio is good, I can think she can edge it out. But at 40 years old, man, sometimes like 40-year guys look amazing, like Triple G and Pocky, and sometimes the guy at 40 looks like a dog. So who knows, right?
Well, we
We'll
also
find out.
take into account have most of these girls outside of Serrano, Taylor, and maybe Baumgardner
Hmm.
fought on a bigger stage than this.
Never, never, dude.
So
That's what
it's
I'm saying, man. Jake Paul's coming up. He's going to be a big dog promoter here. He's going for it all. Man. He's a smart guy.
yeah, yeah.
Smart
So
idea.
yeah, fair enough, man. I mean, if no one's marketing the women, might as well, right?
Yep,
He's got
exactly.
it.
Yep.
All right, let's stick in New York here. We're going to the Louis Armstrong Arena. Of all places, the Louis Armstrong Arena. Who plays there? Or is this just an arena?
I never, yeah, I know. Well, we all know who Louis Armstrong is, right? Famous musician, but I don't know, man. I've never heard of it.
It's in Queens. So I guess no team plays in Queens. It's just like an arena, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, just host concerts and stuff like that.
Okay. Shiraz, Berlanga. This is the main event here. Now, I'm going to start this card off this way. Do you feel that Turkish and the Ring magazine is showing favoritism, blatant favoritism to certain fighters on this card?
No, I think what he's doing is yes, you might say Shakur Stevenson is a bigger name than Edward Berlanga.
No,
Probably
no,
is.
no, no,
What?
no, 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 no. Sorry.
What do you mean?
What I mean is Turkish and his team showing favoritism towards certain fighters on this card.
No, I don't think so. I think how Turkish looks at it is he puts the card out strategically, right? So you're gonna what would the average? So more people know who Shakur Stevens is than Edward Berlanga. I get that, but Berlanga is a powerhouse. He's an exciting fighter. He's gonna knock you out or get knocked out most likely. Shakur Stevenson is boring. And we're talking from the casual fan here. He's boring, low output, cautious fighter. Sometimes watching Shakur is like watching paint dry. Yeah, I know he's super skilled. I get that. But Turkish is looking at it like this. People want some action. If you're just going to dance around and hide in the ropes and cover up and just pot shot, we're going to put Berlanga at the top of the card because he's more exciting. So I don't think he's favoring anybody. I think he's doing what's best for business, and he's trying to look at it. What would the fans? I think Turkish does what Vince McMahon does. They put themselves in the seat. What would the average guy with the beer want to watch? You want to rather watch Shakur dance around, or you want to watch Berlanga bang gloves and smash leather? I think that's how he sees it.
Well, you know what?
So
These guys are evenly matched as well, man. I mean, if Shiraz is coming in at age 26, Berlanga's only 28. He's been around for a
mhm.
long time. I thought he was older than that, but the kid's only
Yeah,
28.
yeah, no, I like that.
Shiraz has got the height advantage of 6'3", compared to that is 6'1" to Berlanga. Uh, Shiraz has got the reach advantage as well. Both orthodox.
Mhm.
21 victories to 23 for Berlanga. But here's the thing for me, though. I think Berlanga has the advantage in the fact that he's fought the harder fights and he's been in there with the bigger names. I mean, Shiraz is kind of being protected for most of his career.
Mhm.
And Turkish has taken an immense liking to him. He's been on a lot
Yep.
of those Saudi cards and this and that, and now he's headlining this, and he's the A side, which is interesting because it is in New York, very, very heavy Puerto Rican,
Oh yeah. They'd be going
influence.
crazy for Berlanga there, man.
So you would think Berlanga would have been the A side on this card, but it seems like Shiraz is.
What do you mean
But
the A
that
side?
being,
You mean he's getting paid more money?
well, I don't know. It's just the way they're promoting it. Shiraz Berlanga. It's not Berlanga Shiraz. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Um, I don't know. I could be wrong here, but we'll see when the ring walks happen and whatnot. But overall, I don't think Shiraz has fought at that level yet.
He hasn't. He's gonna. This is his chance to. Turkish given a huge chance. It's a chance to, beat a top level fighter who's been in there with some of the best in the world. And this is your chance, dude. You're the main eventing the card. You're even main eventing over Shakur Stevenson. This is
Yeah.
your chance to show everybody you're the real deal. You're what Turkish says you are. You can beat Berlanga. Now, I don't think that's gonna happen. I got Berlanga winning between rounds 7 and 9 via TKO. I think he's just too strong. It's
Yeah.
too much pressure. It's too heavy. But if Shiraz can outbox him, use his jab, counter off, counter up, fight off his back foot. He could beat him, but I'm going with Berlanga between round 7 and 9 TKO ref stoppage. Beat him
Yeah.
bad.
I'm
It's gonna
going
be a good
Berlanga.
fight.
I'm going Berlanga as well, but I think it's going to be by decision.
Could be.
I just have a feeling that he's just gonna, play cautious, Berlanga style, just the way he fights and everything. This is going to go to a decision unless, like you said, he can get that confidence early or at some point in the fight and just take over. We'll see.
I think these guys have a little extra pressure on them because they do realize probably Shakur's a bigger name, but they realize they get the main event spot, so that's going to add a little extra fuel to the fire. So hopefully that shows in the ring when they're going at it.
Well, here's
We'll
the
see.
other piece as well, man. These guys are all fighting in an 18 by 18 ring specifically designed for Shakur,
Yep. So you can't run around. Yeah,
right? So
Shakur's got
all
all the talent in the world, but he's just not exciting to watch, and that's why Top Rank didn't really make a hardcore push to keep him because it's like, dude, you're a great talent. Nobody's denying his skill, but like if you're boring to watch, super boring to watch, and he's not really like Mayweather could be boring, but he would trash talk and he'd sell the fight in the press conferences. You know what I mean? I'm the greatest, I'm all these things. But Shakur doesn't do that either. So it's kind of like you don't have much charisma and then you're boring in the ring. So Turkish like we're gonna go from 20 to 20 to 18 by 18 and kind of force you to fight.
no, no,
Great,
no, but
great.
everyone's fighting in an 18 by 18
No,
ring.
I know, but he's doing it just because of Shakur
I get that, but so this is going to be an interesting card
forcing
because
him
you
to
think
fight.
about it, these big boys are going to be fighting in the 18 by 18 too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to limit all these guys. So we're going to get an exciting night of fighting here, man. I feel like I just think
Just
even
solid
with
card.
Berlanga. Okay, so let's move on to the fight that we've been kind of talking about in a roundabout way throughout all this. Shakur Stevenson, man, against William Zepeda. Man, this is going to be a good one. Someone's O's got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Not to sound cliche, 23-0 for Stevenson, 33-0 for Zepeda. Guy, this is going to be an interesting fight. Like he said, he's made the ring smaller. He's kind of stacked everything against Shakur, it feels like. I'm talking about Turkish in terms to kind of keep him from running and clinching.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably going to be a tough fight for Stevenson, man. I really feel it. What can you say? Like you're taking away his ability to move. You're taking away his ability to clinch when he gets too tight. You're going up against a William Zepeda who loves to come forward and throw. So, how do you call this one? Do we get to see how good defensively Shakur is now?
Yeah, I know. Sakur's got all the skill in the world, all the talent. He's smart. He's fast. He's got good defense. He's got good offense, although he doesn't hit very hard. So he's not. Nobody really fears his power, but he hits you hard enough where you're going to respect it. You know what I mean? But you're not
Yeah.
scared he's going to knock you out, but he'll sting you, kind of like a Mayweather. Mayweather probably never going to knock you out, but he's going to sting you and make you respect it. Is saying that I'm not really a fan of either of the guys. I mean, I don't care who wins this fight. I just want to see a good fight. But I got Shakur Stevenson. He's going to outbox him. He's going to win a unanimous decision. Zepeda will have his moments. He'll win a few rounds. I'm going like 8 rounds to 4, probably Shakur. Unanimous decision. Shakur is going to win again. And I just hope it's not a boring fight. I hope the crowd's not booing. I hope if you are, because sometimes unanimous decision can be exciting fights. It just depends. But I'm going with Shakur here. He's going to keep that zero and keep moving forward. And hopefully after this, he gets to fight a real top opponent. But if he's going to be boring and just dance around and shell up and goof around and pot shot and just get enough to win, then we're not going to see him in a big fight. Because Turkish won't do that to the fans.
Well,
So
this is
I'm going Shakur Stevenson.
this
UD.
is what I find interesting here. We're going into a smaller ring.
Hmm.
Now, a lot of people think, okay, how much difference can an 18 by 18 make over a 20 by 20? It's a world of difference.
Hmm.
It's so much room taken away from you.
Oh yeah.
It really, you really understand it, right? Well, here's an interesting thing that I want to talk about here. 11 KOs for Shakir compared to that to the 27 of William Zepeda.
He's got some pop in his hands, man.
He's
Shakur's
got
gonna be
pop,
real
he's got
careful.
power. So with the less space to move around, Shakir's got to be really careful here, man. He can actually get, we haven't
Oh,
seen him beat,
the Peter's gonna have his moments where he might sting him. He might. I don't know if he'll stagger him, but he's gonna sting him.
but does
Shakur's
Shakir
just
have
so
the
hard to
chin?
hit, though.
Does Shakir have a chin? That's the
He's,
question now.
he's just so hard to hit, though. He's so slick, right? He's so good
He
on
is,
defense.
but he's also had extra room to run around. This is what it all comes down to. He has
Hmm.
less room to run around with, and he has got a guy with immense power.
Hmm.
So this is
But
what I'm interested in.
I just think he's got so much more skill that I don't think the 18 by 18 will affect him too much.
Yeah,
It'll force him to be more engaging.
yeah,
But he's just so skilled and so good. I don't think it's going to be a huge difference. I
yeah,
still see him winning the fight, not quite easily, but we'll watch the fight and say, yeah, he won. That's what I think is going to happen. So
yeah.
UD,
I still say I think Shakir's going to win by decision, but it's not going to be an easy decision.
yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Zepeda win, man. It'd be a nice shock the world, and it should be a good fight.
There we go. This card's pretty stacked as well. Like I said, we got Sheeraz, Berlanga, we got Stevenson, Zepeda, we got Pulo versus Mateus. Morel, David Morel makes his return here as well
Mhm.
against Katayev. Uh, Good fight card through and through, bro.
Mhm. Yeah, go to X. Everybody got Matias and the Palelo breakdown in quite good detail. That's going to be a good fight. That's a really close fight. Power punchers going at it. I got Matias winning, but it's going to be close. Go to X and you'll get a thorough breakdown of it.
There you
Do it
go.
up
So
tomorrow.
New York is home to all the fighting
That
this
might be the fight of the
weekend.
night. That might be the fight of the night. Matias Alberto fight. It's going to be
I'm
really.
actually looking forward to that one as well, man. And the Morel one. I mean, this is Morel's first fight after fighting David Benavides, right?
Mhm.
So a nice little bounce back for him here to get back into the win column and pick up from
Mhm.
where he left off. Speaking of David Benavides, he's finally going to make his debut this November in Saudi Arabia, part of Riyadh season. Him and Anthony Yard.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to put him
Uh,
on the big stage.
yeah,
I'll
putting them
fight
up on
wherever
the
he
big
goes.
stage there. I guess a warm up fight because I guess there's not much that David can do until we get Bivol and Better Beef 3 get that done before we can
Well,
determine who.
at least Bivol better be over 1-on-1. So we're gonna have a winner. Then the winner will fight Benavidez. And I honestly think both guys will beat him. To be honest, but we'll see. Beterbiev is getting up there. He's 30, what, 38, 39 now.
Yeah,
So he's
yeah.
getting up there. So we'll
Who's
see.
that?
Beterbiev.
Better be that almost 40, man, if not
Yeah, that's what I mean.
over
He's like,
40.
yeah, was he 40, 39, 40? He's getting up there. So we'll see what happens. But still hits hard. We'll see.
Yeah,
It'll be a
yeah.
good fight.
So that's coming up. We've covered all that. Brother, anything happened in the world of boxing history or Canadian history?
No, not a whole lot of significance. Just there's so much Canadian stuff that's happened, but I'm not going to bring it up because it's like a fight that happened in North Vancouver, like 1985. Nobody's going to know who it is. I read some of that stuff on X, but for the show, I'm not really going to bring it up. But just Tyson Fury's out of retirement, man. That's the big thing here. He said he's
Yeah, Tyson's out.
hunting rabbits.
Um, and this is the thing of saying, like, is Turkish a promoter or is he just a money guy?
It's both. It's
Is
both.
it
It's all the above.
so? Is he a promoter for everyone or just for certain people, or does he work with promoters?
He works with promoters. He's working
Okay,
with Bob
okay,
Arum. So on the
okay.
Benavidez card, he's got Bob Aaron's like, you can have Brian Norman Jr. for this fight. I get a little piece. Same with
Yeah, we got Brian Norman against Devin
so
Haney
that's
on
what
that
Turkish
card
is.
as well.
Some of these shows, you got these guys that go on and they bash it on Turkish. He spends so much. Why do you care what money he spends? It's not your money. So why are people so worried about the money that Turkish is spending? If he
No, no,
wants to
no.
pay
No, I
overpay the
guess
fighter,
what I'm
that's
trying
his
to
choice.
ask is because when he comes out, he says like, me and Tyson have a rabbit to hunt.
Mm-hmm.
So when he says comments like that, he shows favoritism. That's why I was asking you: is he a promoter or is he just a money guy who can get away with
Both.
saying that? Right?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Okay.
So like he'll work with anybody. So like he's
Yeah.
called up Bob, and Bob just put it on X. I retweeted it. Bob put it on X yesterday. Happy to work with Turkish.
Yeah.
This card is stacked. He's talking about Benavides card. Got Brian Norman on it.
You
So
got
he'll
Brian
work.
Norman and he's got Abdullah Mason on there
Yeah.
too.
So Turkish will work with anybody. It doesn't matter if it's Golden Boy, Matchroom, Queensberry, Top Rank, even Jake Paul. If he wants to put together a good card, he'll call you up, he'll give you a good price, and you're stupid not to take it because one, you're getting paid, and two, you're getting your fighter on a big platform. So Turkish has done nothing but good for boxing. I don't know why he's getting so much hate. He's put together fights we never would have ever seen if it wasn't for him. Example, Fury Usyk. Without him, we never see it. Example, better BF Bivol. We don't see it without him. There's so many things that he's doing. So many fights we can go down that he's put together, these awesome cards. Now, people are dogging on the New York City card. He puts the good fighters out there. If they don't show up, that's not his fault. He had a cool background, a cool platform, a cool stage. They didn't deliver. What can he do? You can't
No,
blame him
no,
because the fights are boring, right? But
and I
people are
don't think
dogging him
any.
for that, right? It's like he's
Yeah, but I
trying
don't
hard.
see again. How can you dog the guy who's just putting it together? At the end of the day, it's
Exactly.
like, but and that's why I get deterred by team sports. It's like if the team doesn't play well, they blame the coach. Well, what can the coach do more than what he does?
Yeah.
I mean, at the end
Yeah.
of the day, it comes down to the players, right?
Mhm. And Saudi
Oh,
Arabia, they're big players, man. They do this with Live Golf. They plucked a lot of the top PGA golfers. They made their own golf league, put a lot of money into it. He's doing it with boxing.
yeah.
Doing in wrestling. They do UFC. They want to be a major player for sports, and they're doing it. And Turkish, he knows his stuff, and he puts together good fights. What else do you guys want from the guy?
No, no,
Shit.
no, 100%. I agree with you completely.
Yeah.
Listen, another thing that you wrote up on X that I really enjoyed reading was your top five promoters.
Mhm.
What prompted you to do that, man?
I just throwing some content up, man. Just throwing content up. I was gonna do a referee thing. I was gonna do the top five refs. I'm like, it's a little bit boring. It's a little bit too hardcore. Nobody really
It's
cares about the
subjective.
ref.
That's subjective.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I looked at the numbers and stuff, and threw it up there, and yeah, just had some fun with it. Just keeping
Very
the content
quickly to
flowing,
put
man.
you on the spot, who is the GOAT of all refs?
There's
Let's see
so
if
many
we're
good ones,
thinking.
man.
Let's
My
see if
personal,
let's see
my
if we're
personal,
thinking the same.
my personal favorite. I mean, there's so many good ones. Is Judge Mills Lane.
There you go.
He's been
For
in so
me.
many famous fights, but and he's had
Yeah.
a cool. He's a tough, no nonsense guy. There's been so many good refs, but he's
But
definitely up there.
Mills Lane's for me, man.
Yeah, I like
And
Judge
maybe
Mills.
maybe it's nostalgia because he was the referee of my generation growing up,
Hmm. And he
the
had a judge
go-to
show
guy.
too, right? You can
Yeah.
watch him rap on Saturday, then during the week he had his judge show on like a Judge Judy kind of thing, and he was no nonsense kind of guy in the ring and on his judge show, but cool guy, tough, smart,
Sure. Yeah, no
great.
doubt, no doubt. All right, brother man, I think we covered it all. We got them all in here this weekend. It's
Hmm.
going to be a great night of fighting, a great weekend of fighting, and evenly spread out. Perfect.
Both cards are free
Great.
too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Netflix on
Friday
Friday,
and
Berlanga
Saturday
on Saturday.
set up and filled up with wrestling in between. So a pretty good card all through and through, man. It should be
Hmm.
exciting evening weekend of boxing. Looking forward to it, man. All right, brother,
Good.
man. I tell you what, let's wrap this puppy up. Let's move on. Let's get going. It is the weekend. The fights start tomorrow, Friday. So guys, just relax, take advantage of it. The only hard part is the weather's beautiful.
Hmm.
It's hard to want to, not be outside and stuck inside watching these fights. But thankfully, it's in the evening, so it's not too bad. We can probably get away with it. I'm Bobby Sampson. He's Mr. Chance Michaels.
And in the words of the great ACDC, those that download, like, and subscribe to the podcast, we salute you.
We do salute you, everyone. Have a great weekend. Please enjoy it. Please be responsible. The weather's beautiful. I get it. It's campfire season, it's beach season. Just enjoy yourselves, but just make sure you get home safe. That's all we ask.
Hmm.
That's all we really want. And most importantly, hard work, faith, and devotion, man. Those are the elements, those are the keys to becoming successful and achieving what you want to achieve, no matter what it is, whatever your goals are. Guys, forget the people who are negative, forget the people who are trying to push you down. It doesn't matter because they're just too jealous to do anything themselves. Samp and
Yeah.
Chance are out.